Good morning. It's Wednesday, September 7th, and I could talk about some very difficult things this morning, like the fact that the judge has agreed to allow a special master to oversee what the Department of Justice found in Mar-a-Lago and to ensure that the prior president, is getting a fair shake and that the information that they gathered is legitimate, I guess, is the one word. I could talk about that, but I'm not. I could also talk about the two brothers who went on a stabbing spree in Saskatchewan. One of them is dead, but they killed 10 people, then they injured another 18, stabbing. And I don't remember ever hearing about a mass stabbing. Mass shooting, yeah, mass stabbing. It's unbelievable. Apparently, these two guys stabbed people in 13 different locations. I don't understand how they got away with that. But I'm not going to talk about that either. And I'm not going to talk about all the rockets that the Russians are getting from North Korea. They're supposedly getting millions of rockets from North Korea so that they can continue firing shells at the Ukraine. Now, I don't know if the world could do anything about that situation, but it seems to me that North Korea ought to be stamped out somehow. I mean, supplying weapons of mass destruction to kill people, that's not the way to join the world, you know. But I guess they're sitting there near Russia, near China, so they feel protected, the North Korean dictator Kim, the gentleman who wrote love letters to our former president. No, I want to talk about Mother Nature again today. I want to talk about the Doomsday Glacier, a glacier that is larger than the state of Florida, a glacier that has become unstable out in the ocean. This glacier is sitting in the Antarctic, and it's nicknamed the Doomsday Glacier because of its high risk of collapse and a threat to the global sea level. It has the potential to rapidly retreat in the coming years. Scientists are saying this. They're amplifying concerns over the extreme sea level rise that would accompany the demise of the Doomsday Glacier. Its real name is Thwaites. It's really called the Thwaites Glacier. But because of its situation and possibly dissolving, it has been given the nickname Doomsday. Another reason that it got the nickname Doomsday is that the base is melting. Its underwater base is melting as the planet is warming. Now, the study that was done and released on Monday, scientists mapped the glacier's historical retreat, hoping to learn from its past what the glacier will likely do in the future, as they say. So they have been watching this thing for a while now, as it has been disappearing, right? And what can they do about it? There's not much that they can do about it. And this goes back, imagine, 2 centuries, when the base of the glacier was dislodged from the seabed and retreated at a rate of 1.3 miles per year. Imagine something so large that it could disappear 1.3 miles a year. And that rate right now is twice as fast as had happened in the past. So this quick disintegration is causing great concern to the scientific community. So based upon this information about Thwaites, it appears that it might undergo a rapid retreat in a couple of years, the near future they're calling it, and once it gets past a certain seabed ridge, it will get out into the ocean and disappear. So if you think about this, Thwaites is hanging on by its fingernails right now, and we could expect big changes over small time scales in the future if this thing gets loose. So here we are, a bunch of scientists and a bunch of intelligent people, and a community that has invented things like the atom bomb and other devices that destroy people, cannot think about how to save people from this disaster. And we have parts of the world that have no water. Their water supplies are disappearing, like ours in Lake Mead. So why doesn't somebody think about helping this glacier disappear, taking the ice away so it doesn't end up in the ocean and cause the sea to rise. How about we develop some system to chop this glacier up into small pieces and deliver it to places where it could be used to save human lives? No, we're just going to watch this thing melt into the ocean and destroy the planet? We gotta be smarter than that. There must be a way for us to use this melting glacier to our advantage, right? Because once this glacier retreats beyond the shallow edge, we'll be saying Kaddish for lots of people. That's not a good thing. Now, this glacier is huge, but it's only a small fraction of the West Antarctic ice sheet, which holds enough water to raise sea level by up to 16 feet. Can you imagine a sea level rise of 16 feet? What that would mean to the rest of the world? So while we're out there dicking around and gathering up all statistics, I want to know if anybody is working towards a solution. What can we do to escape from a disaster that is certain to occur as the temperature of the world rises? We ought to be able to take some action to use that ice to our advantage and to keep it out of the ocean in some way, shape, or form. And there's not much time, because a study that was done last year has said that the Thwaites ice shelf, which helped stabilize the glacier and hold the ice from flowing freely into the ocean, that shelf could shatter in the next 5 years. So if they're saying it might shatter within the next 5 years, it could shatter in 2 years, or it could shatter in 10 years. This is not something that we should be waiting to happen. We should be trying to figure out a way to perhaps do something about the shelf itself. Maybe there's a way to construct something that's going to keep the shelf in place, or get rid of as much ice as we possibly can to keep the shelf from disappearing. It's a wonderful thing to do these studies and alert the world, but that's not a solution. So this is an exercise in futility in some way, shape, or form. We're keeping everybody informed, but we haven't figured out a way to use this information to our advantage and take this water somewhere where it can be used for something better. No, we are going to just watch the world collapse beneath our feet. Mother Nature has us by the throat once again, and we can't do anything about it. But I believe we should be trying harder. So I leave you with that this morning. Bye.